So let's walk through the purpose and nature of managerial accounting. So there's these two concepts, financial accounting and managerial accounting. Financial accounting is really for preparing information for investors and financial users outside of the company. So we're talking about people who, banks loaning money to the company, investors, bringing in new partners or owners. All of these people need to know if the company has sound financial condition. And so we use GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, in order to prepare standardized financial reports that are generally audited or can be audited, so that the companies, that the investors have some kind of basis to understand what the companies they're investing in, if they're profitable, if they're solvent, all of those concepts which we covered in 101. Managerial accounting, we don't have to worry about that. It's just for internal users. Because a lot of the time that financial accounting information that we present might not be as relevant to internal users. Internal users might want to know, well, how many, they don't care about GAAP revenue as much. They might want to know, well, how much is our bookings? Most of my previous clients would care, well, how many sales did we make? I don't care what GAAP revenue is. I want to know how much cash we collected or we plan to collect in the next 5 years. These aren't GAAP metrics. And so what we're really talking about managerial accounting is, can we plan? Can we control costs? And can we generate numbers that are useful to internal management? And so, true definition, providing financial and non-financial information for managers of the organization and decision makers, right? So big thought, internal versus external. Internal users, not external users. Managerial accounting is for those internal users. What do internal users want to do? They generally want to plan and they want to control. We want to plan for new products. We want to plan for revenue. We want to plan for expansion. And then we want to control costs. So we're interested in, are our costs too high? Can we reduce them? Do we need to negotiate with other vendors? Are our services profitable? Are our customers happy? All of that is important to managerial accountants. And there's many ways that we can quantify these metrics. And in practice, you're not going to be given straightforward information, but you're going to use these theories in order to always quantify how we determine if a customer is satisfied, if a service is too profitable, if it would be profitable to expand into a new factory and build a new factory or expand into new markets. So we just talked about this. I think this is a great summary if you ever get confused, right? Users, internal versus external. Purpose of the information, managerial accounting, help internal users, external, help external users. Flexibility, financial accounting has to be by GAAP. Managerial accounting, it's flexible. I mean, I could ask you, hey, tell me how much it would cost for me to get a new customer. And here's all the data I have. You don't have to follow any rules, just figure it out, figure out the information. That's managerial accounting. And that's why in this course, I care more about you learning the theory and terminology of allocation rather than following any specific rule for GAAP. Timeliness, financial accounting is often available only after an audit or after a review of financial information that requires some thorough preparation. Managerial accounting, normally we just give out a number. I might ask you, what's that cost to get a new customer, or how much money will I make if I get that new customer? And you give me that with pretty quick turnaround. There's no audit requirement for these numbers. Time dimension, managerial accounting is more looking into the future, and that this crosses the realm of finance. So if you're interested in going to finance, managerial accounting kind of crosses that realm of forecasting and planning. A lot of financial analyst positions are actually managerial accounting positions. While financial accounting, we can only document the past if we're following GAAP. Anything in the future is estimates, but we don't document future information or forecasts with financial accounting. Focus of information. Financial accounting, we do consolidations. We focus on the entire organization, consolidated as a whole. While managerial accounting, we're more focused on projects. It'd even be some small thing as small as a job. The nature of information, this is always dollar value for financial accounting, but for managerial accounting, we can even quantify non-dollar value items, but we normally want to quantify it in dollars or whatever value currency we're working in. So that could be customer satisfaction and a number of items we're producing, etc. So ethics is a cornerstone of all accounting, and there's a lot of room for fraud in managerial accounting and financial accounting to take advantage of people, either through billing them too many hours, through misrepresenting information, through insider trading. And as soon as you slowly move up in accounting, within the first 10 years of your career, you're gonna have opportunities to take advantage of people pretty frequently, or take advantage of companies. And if you do, there's actually a list of accountants that gets sent to the CPA, California CPAs, people who broke the rules and wound up in jail or wound up getting fined or losing their licenses. That's sent out quarterly, kind of publicly shames people from doing this. But general rule is don't commit fraud. Don't be evil. Don't do something wrong. Be a good person. Don't steal, right? Pretty standard. The whole goal of the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners is to ensure reliable accounting, protect assets. So this means don't steal, don't lie about the numbers, make sure you're following policy, and try to be efficient, try to do a good job. There's actually an Institute of Management Accountants, and you can get a certified managerial accountant certification that has a code of ethics. CPA is still much better, but if you want an easier certification to get, you can get your CMA, your Certified Managerial Accountant, through the IMA, Institute of Managerial Accountants. So managerial accounting information can be used in a lot of different careers. You can use it as marketing staff, you can use it in management, you can use it as an entrepreneur. I actually advise multiple entrepreneurs on the side and help them learn these managerial accounting concepts so that they can be able to quantify if their jobs are profitable, what they should charge, etc. And in general, understanding this theory, if you're just going into business, is really useful. It's going to be more useful from a theory standpoint than financial accounting. But honestly, most accountants are going to go into financial accounting or managerial accounting. So the theory here is really useful. The terminology is really useful, understanding how to allocate costs. But I'm not going to expect most people here to go into a job called managerial accountant. This is more of a theory standpoint. So annual salaries here, using these skills, right, can be pretty high. Talking about $300,000 a year, $200,000 a year for management, controllers, and general managers. So this is kind of the end of your career. This is the middle of your career and the beginning of your career, like financial analyst, senior accountant, staff accountant. You're still making $60,000 to $100,000 a year, probably in the Bay Area. Financial analysts is where you're going to see the most. Senior accountants normally do financial accounting, but your financial analysts are your managerial accountants that then go into financial analysis. They make pretty good money. In the Bay Area, it's close to $100,000 a year starting. And then once you're going to CFO, you're probably making more like $500,000 a year. But that's probably like 15 years in your career. This is more like 10 years in your career, and this is the beginning of your career.